whether you absolutely hated it or low-key kind of enjoyed it like I do. Working in customer service can be a real pain in the ass. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Taylor, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a couple customer service pet peeves. One of my biggest pet peeves is when you ask somebody if they need a bag when they're getting one item that's like a candy bar or a roll of tape or something, and they say yes. Like, I'm asking out of courtesy and because technically I'm supposed to, but do you really need a bag for something that you can put in your pocket and carry out the door? Like, really? You know our planet's dying, right? That bag is going to end up in a landfill somewhere for the next 10 to 100 years because that's how long it takes for a plastic grocery bag to decompose. Or it's going to end up in the ocean for a sea turtle to mistake as a jellyfish, and then the sea turtle's going to try and eat it and choke and die, and it's going to be your fault because you needed a plastic bag for a birthday card. And some people even get offended when you ask. They're like, what am I supposed to do? Just carry it out the door? Yeah, man, it's a pack of AA batteries. I didn't think it was that deep. I'm sorry. And some people seem to think you're asking permission to place the item in the bag. Like, you'll be, do you need a bag for this big ass thing of laundry detergent that has a handle on it for you to carry it? And people will be like, yeah, sure, go ahead, put it in a bag. And I'm like, well, I was kind of more asking if I could not put it in the bag, but now here we are, so whatever, I'll go ahead and put it in a bag. And then I have to double bag it because it's fucking laundry detergent. The bag's gonna break. What are you gonna do? And then there are people who don't put shit back where they got it. I hate when I have a full go back cart and I'm rushing around trying to get all the stuff back in its spot that people decided they didn't want and just brought it up to the register, which is fine. That's cool. Please keep doing that. If you decide you don't want it and you don't feel like putting it back yourself, keep it in your cart. Give it to the cashier. It'll get put away in the right spot. But I hate when I'm trying to put all that shit away and I walk down the aisle and there's a bag of chips mixed in with the body lotion. Like, really? You couldn't just keep it in your cart or walk a few aisles over and put it back where you got it from? I really hate it when it's like the same aisle and somebody would have had to just reach up a little bit or reach down a little bit to put the item back where they got it from. But they don't want to do all that, so they just kind of shove it in. Like, that's such minimal effort. It really is. But really, there's a special place in hell for people who leave frozen or refrigerated items on a shelf after deciding they don't want it. You know that's gonna go bad. Because who knows how long it'll take for somebody to notice. And really, you just not keeping it in your cart so you can give it to the cashier when you get in line so they can make sure it gets put back ASAP, or you not walking over to the freezers and refrigerators and putting it back, you're kind of just being an asshole. You know it's in a very short amount of time no longer going to be able to be sold. You know the store is going to lose that. Just be considerate, you know? And then everybody's biggest pet peeve, I'm sure, when it comes to customer service, particularly retail, is coupons. or coupon, or coupon, however you want to say it, pretty much just fuck them. Because half the time, they don't want to work. And then people want you to make them work when they're expired, which you really can't do. Now, if it's a manufacturer's coupon, which is basically just not a digitalized coupon for people who work at places that offer digital coupons, like I do, I can go into the system and take it off manually. So long as you read it right and the item actually matches. Because sometimes they really just don't want to work. But when it's a digital coupon and you have to clip it to your account and enter your phone number to get it taken off, if it's not coming off, there is nothing I can do about that. I cannot go into the system and change it around because I don't have anything to physically show that there was a coupon because it was digital. The manufacturer's coupon that doesn't want to work, I have to turn physical coupons in at the end of the day anyway. But I cannot make a digital coupon work, and I cannot make an expired coupon work, and a manager cannot make them work either. I remember I was ringing up this one lady for pet food once, and her digital coupon wasn't working, and she acted like I personally went into the computer and told it not to work. Like, hey computer, don't take this lady's coupon. Don't do it. When really, when the coupons don't work, it's an inconvenience to me too. It's an inconvenience to you because you're not saving that money, and it's an inconvenience to me because it creates a whole ordeal, and usually a line starts to build up at that point if one has not already started to build up. And so, like I said, she acted like I told the computer not to accept her coupon. Oh, well, why isn't it coming off, huh? And I was like, well, I can get a manager up here. She was like, yeah, you do that. And so I did that, and the manager told her the exact same thing that I did. But once again, what are you going to do? I also just wanted to share a couple horror stories that I've had while working in retail, because sometimes people are just real assholes. Like, that's honestly just what it boils down to. Like, this one guy I had a misunderstanding with over the line, because a lot of places, when they have a one line kind of deal where you just get called up to whichever register's open, people don't always know that because not all stores do that. A lot of stores have different lines for different registers, and it's an honest mistake, and that's okay. And that's what I thought this guy did. I didn't realize that he had already been in line. He was, at that point, out of my line of sight. So I thought he was just coming up to the register because I didn't say next up. But apparently he was actually next. And so I tried to talk to him about it, and he immediately was like, I was in line, I was standing right there, blah, 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 blah. And, like, it was just a misunderstanding. It could have went over as a complete miscommunication, and it just ended with him walking out the store yelling about how I was a fucking idiot. Great, lovely, every time. And then there was the state trooper who got mad, excuse me, when I asked my boss if he could purchase 2 more cases of water. I don't know where you are right now watching this, but we are going through the COVID-19 pandemic. And so a lot of stores have a limit on things like water, toilet paper, disinfectant, bleach, just stuff that everybody wants and or needs. And stores are having a lot of trouble keeping stuff like this on the shelves right now. And this guy who always comes in a state trooper uniform or a state trooper jacket went out and came back in and tried to purchase an additional 2 waters. Like 2 24-pack waters. And so I went over to ask my boss if he was allowed to do that, because he's not allowed to do that, actually. But because this guy was a cop, I wanted to know whether he was going to let him get away with it or not. And he must have overheard me. And so, unfortunately, I was the one who had the pleasure of ringing him up. And he was like, "You didn't have to go rat me out to him like that. He knows me. He's not going to say anything to me." And I was like, "Well, sir, I was just trying to do my job, because anybody else, he would have told me, no, don't ring him up." And he was like, "Yeah, whatever. You didn't have to go rat me out like that." I was like, man, first of all, great way to represent. And, you know, honestly, when he walked out the store, I said, that's why nobody likes state troopers, because I can't speak for other states, but Maryland state troopers don't have a great reputation of being nice. And, like, there's a pandemic going on. People getting mad over not having toilet paper, or a limit on toilet paper, or water, or bleach, or this, that, and the third. Everybody needs that stuff. Everybody needs it, and you hoarding it is selfish. And honestly, if you're going to go through 300 rolls of toilet paper in 1 month, you need to see a doctor for something that's not COVID-19. Something's not going right in your bowels, and you need to go to a doctor for that. Well, thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and maybe subscribe, because that would be really dope, and that would also make my entire day. I'm not really hard to please. I will leave links to Twitter and Instagram in the description box below, and once again, thank you for watching. See ya!